Imagine arriving at one of the most prestigious sporting events in the world, a tournament you've already won 3 times, a championship where millions of fans recognize your face instantly, a place where your name is etched into golf history forever. And then, someone standing at the gate looks you in the eye and says, "You can't come in. No special treatment, no VIP escort, no red carpet, just a firm refusal." As unbelievable as it sounds, this actually happened to Tiger Woods. For years, the story remained one of golf's funniest behind-the-scenes moments. But when it resurfaced recently, fans couldn't believe that one of the most recognizable athletes on the planet had once been turned away from the Open Championship. How could security fail to recognize Tiger Woods? Was there some kind of controversy? Had Tiger broken a rule? Or was there something much stranger going on? The answer isn't what most people expect, and Tiger's reaction made the story even more unforgettable. Let's go back to the beginning. Long before social media, before golfers became global celebrities, there was Tiger Woods. By the early 2000s, he wasn't just dominating golf, he was transforming it. Television ratings skyrocketed whenever he played. Tournament attendance exploded. Sponsors poured billions into the sport. Even people who had never watched golf knew exactly who Tiger Woods was. Winning wasn't enough. He changed the entire business of golf. Every tournament he entered suddenly became must-watch television. So naturally, when Tiger arrived at the Open Championship, everyone expected him to receive the kind of welcome reserved for legends. After all, this wasn't just another golfer. This was Tiger Woods. The Open Championship has traditions unlike any other major. Everything is steeped in history. The courses, the clubhouses, the rules, even access to certain areas is tightly controlled. Security takes credentials seriously. No badge, no entry, no exceptions. At least, that's the way it's supposed to work. And on one particular morning, those rules would collide with one of the biggest names in sports history. Tiger arrived expecting another normal day. Nothing suggested anything unusual was about to happen. Fans were gathering, players were preparing, officials moved around the course making final checks. Everything looked routine. Then, Tiger approached one of the entrances. Instead of waving him through, a security guard stepped directly into his path. The guard wasn't smiling. He wasn't joking. He simply refused to let Tiger continue. At first, Tiger probably assumed it was a misunderstanding. Surely someone would recognize him. Surely this would be resolved in seconds. Except, it wasn't. The guard stood his ground, and Tiger wasn't getting through. At this point, people nearby began noticing something strange. Why was Tiger Woods standing outside instead of inside, preparing for one of golf's biggest tournaments? What exactly was happening? Then came the explanation. It wasn't because Tiger had done anything wrong. It wasn't because he had been banned. It wasn't because of any controversy. The security guard simply didn't recognize him. That's it. The guard was new to the job and was following instructions exactly as trained, without the proper identification being shown. Nobody was getting through, not even Tiger Woods. According to the story, Tiger didn't lose his temper. He didn't demand special treatment. Instead, with his trademark calmness, he simply smiled and reportedly said 3 words, "I'm Tiger Woods." Only then did the realization hit. The guard suddenly understood who was standing in front of him. Moments later, Tiger was allowed through, and everyone involved reportedly laughed about the misunderstanding. What makes this story so memorable isn't that Tiger was delayed for a few moments. It's what it says about him. Many superstars might have reacted differently. Some would have argued. Some would have demanded someone higher up. Others might have made a scene. Tiger didn't. He understood the guard was simply doing his job. In fact, many fans praised the security guard as well. Think about it. If security makes exceptions based only on appearances, then the whole system breaks down. The guard followed protocol exactly as instructed. Ironically, he did his job so well that he accidentally stopped the greatest golfer of his generation. Years later, the incident still resurfaces every Open Championship. Not because anyone was embarrassed, but because it's almost impossible to believe. Tiger Woods, one of the most famous athletes on earth, briefly had to convince security that he really was Tiger Woods. It's the kind of story that reminds us even global icons can have surprisingly ordinary moments. Sometimes, all it takes is one person who simply doesn't know who you are. Tiger Woods has created countless unforgettable moments at the Open. 3 championships, historic victories, legendary shots. But perhaps one of the funniest moments happened before he even stepped onto the course. A security guard refused him entry, not out of disrespect, but because he was doing exactly what he had been trained to do. And Tiger's calm response turned what could have been an awkward confrontation into one of golf's most beloved behind-the-scenes stories. So what would you have done if you were that security guard? And do you think you would have recognized Tiger Woods immediately? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more incredible golf stories every week.